Hey guys, what's up? Zax here. Today we are here with the next episode of F1 Championship Edition, and if you guys watched the last episode you know it didn't go to plan, but I promised you this one would. We're starting in 9th place and we only need to get up one position to actually get points here today, so I suppose that isn't actually too bad. That's quite likely we could probably do that as we head down to turn 1. We're being quite brave on the inside, but it didn't really work out as Michael Schumacher and Button got past us here, but we're being very brave into the next turn here, trying to squeeze out Michael Schumacher. It's not exactly worked out so far, but we're trying our best nonetheless. It's up to 7th place now, past Raikkonen as well. Montoya is the next person on the list, and can we get past Michael Schumacher down the inside here? We're going to brake late, yes we are. Not quite past Barrichello though, but that's 5th place ahead of Michael Schumacher. I'd already say this has been a good start to this race. Now we've just got to maintain that patience, maintain the speed, and hopefully be able to pull home a result here today, because obviously we know so far this season we've had pretty good results. Obviously some a little bit off and some of them not too great, but overall it hasn't been too bad this season. Some decent results in there with a couple of podiums as well. And this annoying part here where I got a penalty, I think, was it for contact or was it corner cutting? Can't know, I don't know, but we still managed to keep 5th place after keeping Michael Schumacher and Montoya behind us here. Now heading down this back straight here, this very long back straight. I think it is the longest straight in Formula 1, or at least in this season. So foot right down the straight. You don't want to leave any part of the throttle not down. I don't know what I'm trying to say here, but you want to keep your foot right to the floor here as you go down the back straight, or if you're using a controller, pressing X. But you guys know what I mean. Final turn here, going around there, all over the curbing, but luckily no spin. Quick pause for no apparent reason as we head across the start-finish line here. That's 5th place now, about 3 seconds behind Barrichello. Braking into turn 1. I think Michael Schumacher's trying to go around the outside here. Nope, he hasn't done it, so that's good. Now through the next couple of turns here, can we make up any time on Rubens Barrichello and maybe get past him into 4th place? Well, we'll see through the first sector split here any second now. What's it going to be? It was about 3 seconds across the line. I thought the sector split was there. Obviously it wasn't. Maybe it's up to this next turn here. I can't even remember now, but yeah. Oh, there it is. Yeah, 1.9 seconds. We've actually gained quite a bit there on Barrichello. This could be a really good result here today. 3.6 seconds up on our previous time, but obviously that's because it was a standing start. Understandably. Anyway, Barrichello, we're closing up on him fast here. We're pulling away from the person we all thought was going to go for the championship, Michael Schumacher. We'll see with the championship standings at the end whereabouts he is. Obviously, after not playing this game for about a month, I completely forgot where we are in the standings. I think we're in 9th. I think I remember that at least, but I don't know where everyone else is, like who's fighting for the championship or whether. I think Massa's up there, maybe Alonso. I'm not sure about Schumacher, Michael Schumacher that is. Maybe Montoya. I really don't know. We'll see at the end of this video, obviously, as I said. Long back straight once again. We've closed that gap down to 1.1 seconds now on the brakes. Barrichello's right in front of us here. This could be a really, really good result after starting in 9th place. Maybe not really expected to get this high up here. I think a couple of cars are peeled, or one car's peeled off into the pit lane there. I think that might be a Massa who's gone into the pits there, and I think we're up into 3rd. Oh no, sorry, we're 4th place. We're now in 4th place, 1 place away from our podium, but Massa has stopped. Now we've really closed in here on Barrichello. Bit wide over the curbing there, but we've got the foot down once again, and it's going to be tough to overtake him under this braking zone here, but I'm sure we'll have a go at some point later on in the lap, because we do close in on Barrichello there, but not quite enough to get past him. Obviously they're building up the speed once again, and now yeah, we're close into the gap. What was that, less than half a second now? So that's really good stuff there. Fisichella's, the gap's coming down to him as well. So this is looking really good here. This could be a podium. Obviously we'll see when Massa comes out of the pits here. It's currently a Renault 1-2 with Alonso leading down this mini back straight here. And trying to go down the inside of Barrichello. I was not expecting that whatsoever. Luckily no corner cut either. Looking to the inside here of Barrichello. That would be a risky move. It was risky. Didn't quite get the move done. Now long back straight, just sit in the slipstream really here. Don't go on the grass like the last episode. That wasn't too clever really when that happened. But long back straight, not really closing in on Barrichello here, even with the slipstream here. Moving out of the slipstream, not really going to do anything now. I mean, if we were a bit braver, we might have been able to overtake him there. Now, the run up to the pits here, I think we're pitting on this lap here, so final turn, we're not going to brake. Oh, there's a bit of contact there, as I was sort of expecting Barrichello to pit as well, but Barrichello turned into the corner and went round for another lap there. So a little bit risky, but luckily we are still in this race, and that had been really frustrating to get smashed out of the race there, as I was expecting him to come into pits. But now we've got to learn our lesson from that terrible pit stop last time. Hopefully this can be a sub 8-second pit stop here. Last button there. Ooh, it's exactly an 8.6 actually. Because last time we had a 12.6, then didn't we? And then I said we were 4 seconds faster. So yeah, I suppose we could have been about an 8.6. Anyway, rambling on for no apparent reason. And what position are we? Let's see the positions shake out. We are behind Fisichella and Massa still. So Massa's got back in front of us after his pit stop now. Head of Montoya and Michael Schumacher. So I think, depending on where Barrichello is, whether he comes out the pits ahead of us or behind, we should be in 5th or 4th place here. So not that far away from our podium, which is surprising after not really having that much pace in qualifying. This could be a really good result for us here today, and let's keep our fingers crossed that it is, because that would be very nice to see, especially after that miserable result in Monza last week. Breaking through this, I think this is quite a tricky part of the circuit actually, because you can just slightly misjudge it and you can be off the track very easily there. I mean, there is runoff, but the runoff doesn't really help, because if you misbrake yourself into there, you can really cause yourself a lot of trouble here. But looks like Albers, for some reason, he hasn't pitted, I'm assuming, and he's getting in the way of Massa and Fisichella here down this back straight. So that should actually help us out here as we head down to the braking zone at the end of the lap. Now, let's see how much closer do we get to him on the brakes. We're obviously a lot later on the brakes there than Fizzy. And Albers is actually sort of holding on to the back of Massa, surprisingly. But luckily for us, well, maybe not so luckily for us, he pits, but means he won't hold up Fisichella. But let's be honest, if we were trying to overtake him, it could have been carnage. So I suppose it's good that he stopped at the end of the day. But I think we've got ahead of Barrichello here. We'll see when it all shakes out. Yeah, actually looking at the mini-map, it looks like we have got ahead of Barrichello. So that's 4th place now. And 1 place outside the podium. This could be a great result after starting in 9th place last time out. Would be pretty surprising, not going to lie, to see us get this even this position. I'd be quite surprised at. But all the yellow and red flags are out. Looks like a car's gone up in flames. There's a bit of oil down the track. Who is it? Is that Fizzy or is that Alonso? It's Alonso. I think that's Alonso here, because yeah, Fisichella's still in front of us here. So we move up into a podium position. And can we win this? Alonso was a bit ahead of these guys, but we have now a sort of a realistic chance of maybe winning this race really randomly, after everything sort of just fell our way in this race, which I suppose is good because everything fell against us in Italy. But now we've got maybe a small chance of getting the win here. This could be a miracle race here today. We haven't won a race this season, obviously. We really haven't had the machinery to do so. Now down this back straight once again. We're going to try and brake a little bit later than these guys. We do just that, but it's all going to be down to this last lap here, whether we can have a good enough last lap to maybe get past these guys and somehow get a good result here today. I didn't really expect anything above like 7th or 8th, but this has been a miracle race, as I said. A couple of things have gone our way, obviously, with the pit stops doing good, jumping Barrichello and not getting taken out of the race by Barrichello when we pitted and he actually hit us. But yeah, I suppose you want some stuff to go against, not go against it. You want some stuff to go your way at some point, and it's pretty much gone our way this race, which is good. And we're going side by side with Fizzy, but he's just got the supreme power there in his car. So going late on the brakes once again. And we get past them, which is good. And now building the speed up once again. And can we get Massa? Well, we'll see the gap here. I think it's about 1.5 seconds there. So maybe more realistically here, we should try and just stay ahead of Fizzy and stay in 2nd place. That would be a really good result for us here today, especially after that miserable result in Italy, Monza, a week ago. So building up the speed. under the Vodafone banner, braking once again. We're closing in on Massa. Oh, we brake way too late there, but now Fizzy's going to be right up behind us. You can see in the mirrors he's not too far away whatsoever, but if we're late on the brakes into this final sort of hairpin here, we could still win this race. I'm still going to keep that positive nature about it, but it's maybe not too likely down this back straight here. Building up the speed, hitting that rev limiter, and braking very late here. We're not quite close enough to get to the back of Massa here. If we hadn't made the mistake out braking ourselves, we maybe just could have been in the position to overtake Massa here. But what a race that was. 9th place on the grid to 2nd place at the end. What an awesome race that was. Really happy about that. And 8 points on the board as well, so that's going to be really good for the championship. Waiting for the race completion. I think I was just happy at this point. I normally just press X continue straight away, but look at that, 1.3 seconds away from the win after starting 9th place in the grid, and 9th place on the road was Heidfeld, 20 odd seconds behind. So we had good progress in that race, and actually the top Michelin runner as well, Bridgestone, won that race. Surprising to see Michael Schumacher down in 6th place actually there. But anyway, we'll skip ahead to the championship standings, I'm sure, in a minute here, and see how that has all played out, and possibly given us a good place in this championship. Can we break into the top 8? No, we can't. We are not in the top 8. We are actually 1 point behind Barrichello, which I suppose isn't too bad. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Enjoy the podium celebrations. Enjoy the celebrations on the podium. It's been Alex Mowdy. Goodbye.